Here, I'm Christoffer Nilsson, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Localize Direct. What do? Well, we help guys like Batman to go truly global, and we do this by providing tools and services that allow game developers to translate their games into many different languages. And this is important so that the players can enjoy the game in their native language, but also the growth in computer games and mobile games in particular is happening in countries outside the English-speaking areas in Asia and in Europe. I got a background in the games industry as well. I started one of the first game developers out of Sweden many years ago, and I had 2 exits in 2 previous companies that I funded. My 2 co-founders also have very long experience in software and games. Well, back to Batman. He was our pilot project with Warner Brothers, and Warner Brothers was our first client. We actually finished the tool together with Warner Brothers on this project, and it was a great success. The game went on to win Game of the Year, and our tool is now Warner Brothers' go-to localization solution for all their game development. So it's being used in the US, Canada, and Europe. Other clients include Square Enix, Sega, and Microsoft. With localization, what's the problem? Well, a game like Batman has more words in it than the Bible, and it's being translated into many languages. And as the development goes on, more and more strings gets added to the software, they get changed, and they get translated all at the same time. So we built this content management system out of frustration trying to manage this ourselves, that manages and sort of connects everybody in the localization process. However, whilst we were helping these quite big enterprise companies go international, mobile really exploded. So there used to be 3,000 games coming out every year. Now there's more than 4,000 games coming out every month. We had maybe about 500 prospective clients that we could approach. There's now more than 45,000 game developers out there. So this is a huge opportunity for us to take what we learned, sort of creating best of breed localization pipeline for some of the best developers in the world, and package this into an easy to use framework for mobile game developers. So this is what we started doing. Create a new product called Adlingo, using a software as a service model. It's deployed in the cloud. It's a web app with some SDKs so that developers can just take a piece of code and drop it into their game or their source code and sort of get started and sort of enjoy the same quality like that these big guys are having. We're in beta, and some really successful developers is already using our tool. There's 2 revenue streams. There's we're gonna have sort of you can upgrade your account to a paid account and pay monthly if you want to. You can also use it for free. So there'll be paid subscriptions, but we also sell translation services, and there you get paid per word per language. So our positioning is, well, with the new product, Adlingo here, we're saying it's a hybrid between service and technology, because we have a technology platform that manages the flow of all the strings and the data that you would want to localize. And then we sell services within this world. We want to start in a games genre, because there's a lot of content in games. Also, there's more than 200,000 apps on the App Store that are games. So about 20% of all the apps are games, but they generate more than 60% of the revenue. So it's also in this genre where the money is. But the Adlingo platform is genre agnostic, so it can be used for any kind of mobile application. So we can see ourselves sort of expanding and just offering this solution to everybody further down the road. There's a lot of data on the games industry as such. It's going to hit 100 billion in 2017. However, there's no official data on how big the localization market is for this area. So we made our own estimates. So this year we think that there will be about 130 million of revenues available for games, and if we add in all the other apps, it's going to hit 300 million in addressable market for us. And we think this could grow to 1.1 billion by 2017. Currently, or actually last year, we have $600,000 in revenues. Our average customer pays us about $1,000 per month. If we can, and we believe that Adlingo and sort of getting to all those developers, making all those games out there, is sort of really promising. And if we can hit 3,000 users, we can have these revenues. I'm just going to finish up by saying we bootstrapped the first year. We got a Swedish VC in there already who invested 800,000, and we're looking for 2 million to take Allinga to the next step, and our current investor will be part of that as well. Well, thank you. Any questions?
So, does Allinga just do textual conversion into a different language, or does it also do audio conversion?
All right. Yes, this is a good question, because in games and software in general, you normally translate text, but also there's a lot of audio in dialogues, people speaking to each other. So we actually do both. Most common it's text only, but in these bigger games that we've done, there's a lot of dialogues, and the audio is huge. It's big data, and it's difficult to keep track of it all. So yes, we do support that as well.